advised. Warning. Some viewers may find the following video offensive. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, Elite FPL community. How's it going? It's Sunday night. It's Christmas Eve. Some places in the UK, some places in the world celebrate this as Christmas, Stevo. Did you know this?
Yeah, I was made aware of this 3 hours ago by Steve.
Oh, yeah, it's quite popular. That a lot of people celebrate in Europe. Yeah, a lot of places, like a lot of the Slavic nations and the Norwegian. I don't know, to be honest, where who celebrates it and who doesn't. But yeah, 24th. So Merry Christmas if you are celebrating it now. And of course, we are only hours away until Santa Claus comes and delivers his presents. Steve, are you in a better mood? Because obviously last night we ended it abruptly, and we were told off in the comments for not continuing and not letting you rant a bit more. Are you feeling better today?
As I've stated on the Real Talk podcast, I just use shows like this and my own podcast to have as therapy.
Yeah.
And after last night, I just laughed. After last night, I just said to you, can we just talk about something happy and talk about the Patreon, which we'll get onto in a minute.
Yeah.
Positive. I completely forgot about FPL by that point. I just couldn't give a shit about it. I then watched The Office Christmas special again for the 50th time, and then I just went to bed, and I woke up this morning just laughing my head off at what I was saying yesterday, because it's just hilarious, and people seem to, well, they either get off on it or they don't. I've done my job, Jason. That's the main thing.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. And ultimately, have you got a Christmas tree? Have you decorated a Christmas tree?
Mate,
I want to ask the question because you're living in a house of multiple occupants. So I didn't know if that's something you did.
No.
Okay.
Mate, this is about as miserable as it gets. I work.
This is the closest thing to a Christmas spirit. The bottle of Smirnoff on the shelf.
Probably the elf that's in the. In fact, up
Where
there.
is the elf? We need to get the elf out. No, you need to get him.
I'll go and get him.
Yeah, you got to get him. It's Christmas Eve. You got to get the elf.
Why not?
There you go. Steve-O's got a friend.
Here he is.
That's your friend.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna put him?
Can I put him round here? Can he wrap his arms around here? Possibly. I don't know.
Go on.
Talk to the audience. I'll see what I can do with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Whilst we've got this amazing content underway, hello to Matt. Hello to Andre D. Steve Miller. We've got animations in the chat. Adam's here too. Edgeworth. Brian Morrissey's here. Rad. John Harris. Merry Christmas, John. All right, John. All right, John. Merry Christmas, mate. Then we got Peter Ward's here. Happy Christmas to you too. I only found this channel this year. It's my favourite. Oh, Peter. Oh, that's so kind of you. I think when we get messages
off in the comments,
slag us off in the comments. Yeah, hit the like button. Total Screw Joe says Podner. PK7's in the chat and Natasha's here. Paulie, Danny Boy. Andy's here. Hey, Andy, how's it going, mate? Shiger is here with his Christmas tree emoji. Oh, what's up? So we did premiere a video before this, which some of you may have seen already. We're here to answer any questions that you may have about the upcoming switch from YouTube to Patreon, and how it will affect you. So basically, nothing will change if you're just a regular viewer. Absolutely nothing at all. But if you are enjoying and consuming the members' content at the moment through YouTube, it'll be switching over to Patreon, and essentially the only reason we will continue with a 99p YouTube membership would be just for the people that want to keep their badges next to their name, to have their badges, because we can't go lower than 99p. If we could charge 1p for it, I would charge 1p for it, but we can't go lower than 99p because YouTube are bastards. Yes, fuck you. Carry on, Steve. Do you wanna mention about the Patreon? Because I believe that we've had already a couple of people sign up.
Yeah, very good. Can people let me know if this is muffling the mic?
No, not at all. It might actually help. Might get this. Might stop the. Might act as some sort of a pop shield.
Yeah, pop shield. I know Andy. Hello, Andy. By the way. Yeah, we've had 2 patrons already. Thank you to Andre, much love, and Edgeworth, much love as well. And there may be a bit of confusion around the leagues. So essentially, if there are 2 Patreon tiers, it's essentially it's £2 or £4.50. For £4.50, you get entered into a mini league, which will win you a trophy, basically. Whereas the £2 one, you'll just, with all the other Patreons, it's just a Patreon league, whereas the Elite one will get you a trophy if you win it, of course. So if anybody does have any questions, Jason.
And the greatest thing is, of course, the greatest thing as well is it starts Gameweek 20. So
Gameweek 20, yes.
So if it's a completely clean slate, and it kind of, it's kind of going to be cool because we're going to be really focusing on the Super Cup. From again from the same sort of time, commenting on the Super Cup. We're going to be commenting on the Patreon leagues. We're going to be commenting on the existing league. Of course, we're going to be talking about the existing leagues. We'll bring them up in a moment. In fact, we'll go over the mini leagues and talk about the movers and shakers in those leagues whilst they update. I don't know if they've updated already. But yeah, I'm really excited to kind of get this new content rolling, and certainly just you kind of you move forward the channel. There's going to be some fresh graphics for next year as well. We may have a couple.
Do you know what, Jason? Let's get real here. I think the biggest benefiters of this will be our audience, the community, because we can put that money back into what you've just said, the more better show and a more better experience.
Oh, we can pay Alex Volo. We can pay Alex Volo.
Yeah. To be completely frank,
we can get the thumbnails.
We can actually. Maybe this will encourage Alex with a bit more enthusiasm. I don't know, but not that he hasn't got any enthusiasm.
The way that you said that. But also yourself a bit more.
Well, it's like with anything, isn't it? It's that once you are kind of being rewarded for your time and effort into content that you produce, you feel like I'm a bit more enthused. It's a bit like when your manager at work goes, do you know what? That was a really good job you did today, Steve. It was a really good job that you did today, Jason. You didn't have to do it, but thank you for that. Do you know what? You can clear off now. We don't need you.
Yeah.
Thanks. You feel like, rather than, thanks for doing that, but can you just get on with something else now? It's like, brilliant. So yeah, it's just exciting for the future of this channel, I guess.
Yeah, and it's worth mentioning that that Alex Volo it has been a long-term support of the show, and we want to reward Alex for the creative thumbnails that he makes for us. So it's very important that that is very covered. I have Palmer set captain for next game week, and he went and got himself suspended. You know, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, do you know what, Steve? I don't want to talk about football. Can we just get out of here?
Yeah, you just say the C word 10 times. And then we were talking about, I don't know if Andy's still listening. We were talking about this after off air, Andy, and we were just saying, imagine if Andy in front of his 5,000 audience was just like, beep, beep, beep.
You know, you could have a beep button. You know, just you should have a little pedal under his table. Like every time he wants to swear, he just presses it and it just beeps.
Well, do you know, in all seriousness, I haven't watched South Park for years, but what made South Park really effective with swearing was, didn't they used to beep it out?
They did,
and it used to be really effective.
There was, yeah. I mean, because obviously you read between the lines and you knew exactly what they were saying.
Yeah, and it would be
a bit of a gimmick, wouldn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, and with the channel that I watch, the London Dash Cam, he's now chosen because he doesn't want to not get monetized. So he now, whenever he uses curse words, he now plays some funny music. It actually works.
Well, if it's a London Dash Cam, then you should be a bit more interesting and play like honks and beeps from cars. You know.
Well, it's actually ironically an in-house joke that he uses a yodeler that actually watches his channel, and he's just stolen his audio and just puts it over the swearing that he does. It's again involving the community, and it just adds to the gimmick. But yeah, Andy, if you want to hit the old beat button or whatever when you.
Yeah, I just want to quickly remind everyone. So YouTube members, you've got pretty much. We're gonna give it till probably. Would you want to say till the end of January for them to downgrade?
Probably January is the best, yeah.
By the end of January, we need you to downgrade to... This is a big warning, actually. It's a real big warning because...
Yeah, so nobody like Matt complaining.
If you don't downgrade... If you're a $4.99 or whatever, if you're a higher tier YouTube member now, you'll still get the content that's going to be uploaded. However, if you don't downgrade to a 99p by the end of January... then your role will be deleted and you'll be refunded. So don't worry, you'll get refunded your money, but you'll lose your badge. Okay? So just to remind everyone, if you've moved over to Patreon, don't forget to downgrade. If you want to keep your badge on YouTube, you need to downgrade to the 99p. Otherwise, you will lose that badge because we're going to delete all of the tiers on YouTube. But instead of doing it now and pissing lots of people off, we're going to give people the opportunity to downgrade if they want to, okay? But we're going to be refunding and cancelling all of the higher tiers by the end of January. We're going to be refunding and cancelling all of them. So yeah, again, you have been warned, okay? And I'll repeat it again in the next week's stream and multiple streams before we do it. That way, no one can blame us for not letting anyone know and warning them. The grassroots membership will be the 99. Yeah, it'll just be the bottom one, the bottom membership. Is there already a 99p one?
No, it's $1.99.
Yeah. Then the $1.99. No, the $1.99 and above will be removed, and it'll be a 99p one. But but what we'll do is I will in fact make the 99p. I don't think the 99p one's there now. Actually, I'll do that. Tonight, I'll make the 99p one tonight, okay, to make it easy. So so tonight onwards, the 99p one will be there for you to do it. All right. There's me telling people to downgrade, Steve-O, and they haven't even got they can't even downgrade because the roll hasn't been made yet. So yeah, I'll get that sorted. Sorry, chat. I do apologise for that. We're so excited about Patreon, aren't we, Steve-O, that we've not made the roll. But yeah, your thoughts on the games today, Steve-O?
To be honest, I was recording a podcast and I was just kind of like looking up, and again, that Sterling effort when he ran through, and I actually think he should have passed it to Palmer or whoever else was next to him. I think Palmer was actually the best option. He could have just slid it in to an open net. Yeah. He selfishly took it on himself. Yeah. Well saved by Sarr. There was another opportunity where Sterling came running into the box and Brozier fell over his feet or whatever. It was just embarrassing. I think there was another one with Jackson as well. Again, it's just terrible. And then I just basically turned off by the 89th minute or whatever it was. And then I see it ended 2-1. I'm thinking, brilliant. I got that right in the score predictor. Excellent. Let's go. And then I looked on live score and it was like, oh, Sterling got an assist. Oh, he got a yellow card. Whoop-de-doo, 4 points. And then of course, you subsequently find out, oh, he's out of the next game.
Great, isn't it?
It's just shocking. I mean, the game wasn't particularly, it wasn't that great, to be honest. Did you watch it?
I did. Yeah, I did. I'm just sorry. I am just sorting out this thing right now with the supporter levels.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll just quickly continue chatting. I think that from my personal perspective, I was grateful that I saw that Palmer got the yellow card. I was grateful that Cunha did nothing. Hwang, oh God, he was my captain for Sky, and it was really frustrating because he had a couple of opportunities to potentially put Wolves either in front or add to their 2-0 scoreline. He didn't. That was really, in fact, right at the end of the game, wasn't it? I think it was quite late on. He was sent through and he just completely cocked it up, to be honest with you. But I always felt that Wolves had the opportunity of winning that game. They are very, very good at home. Chelsea are just absolutely woeful from an attacking perspective. I'm going to use the same thing that I say about Newcastle, which is if you own a player, don't sell. But I wouldn't be buying anybody from there. I mean, I saw somebody on Twitter mentioning about Nkunku, and I'm thinking maybe as a 1 week punt if you're absolutely desperate. I mean, someone like me who's got Jesus, but I'm really not in any desperate state whatsoever. I mean, the stream's entitles how many injuries and how many suspensions. I mean, from my perspective, I've got 3, Jay: Sterling, Lascelles, and Shimikas, but I've got cover with.
Well, I've just done a move already before this. I did a move last night.
Which players going up then?
I did a move last night. It was always going to be it was always going to be a player I was bringing in. Porro.
In for Shimikas.
Shimikas, purely because he was injured, yeah.
Okay.
So Porro and for Shimikas, but obviously Palmer now. I either play Garnacho at home to Villa.
Well, yeah.
or I look at maybe getting Richarlison in
for a minus. Is that free?
We're -4. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that for -4.
Well, I don't think it's that bad a move. To be completely frank, Richarlison in form up front for Tottenham looks like he's been at his.
What do you reckon, chap?
Postecoglou has put his arm around his shoulder and just said, look, mate, stop all these poxing about, falling over everywhere. Just stay up front and we'll provide you. And then I think he's doing a job now. I think he's enjoying his football. And they're up against Brighton, who can't keep clean sheets. That game has got 2-1, 3-1 written all over it. So...
Let's just look at the game week that's just gone by. If I can just find where the hell I've put it. There it is. All right, here we go. So I got 49 points, but look at these. Look at this. I just red arrow for Tsimikas. Sorry, red flags for Tsimikas and Palmer now. Bloody Charlie Taylor, getting that 6-pointer on my bench. Some people are having wild bench points, by the way, Steve-O, just to let you know.
I've seen it, yeah.
I need to sort the chat out. One moment. Crystal Palace drawing it against Brighton. What's going on with Brighton, Steve-O?
They're knackered. They're like Newcastle. It's like
I was going to say, that's exactly what you've just said. Carbon copy of Newcastle. They're
absolutely. Well, I would also add that this De Zerbi is being too clever and he's changing the team every other week. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, again, someone's going to come along and go, well, actually, 7 of the 11 players actually stay in the team every single week. I'm sure that's the case, but it seems that every single week...
There's always some variations, yeah.
Yeah. And without a coherent unit, everything just goes all over the place. And I just think that, unfortunately, Brighton are a team to avoid. There are only a few teams that you're going to be looking at and going, I'm confident with having a player. So if I'm looking at it here, it's Aston Villa, West Ham in Bowen, or maybe a defender.
Bowen's a great shout.
Newcastle, if you own them, but I wouldn't be going anywhere near them. Bournemouth, Solanke. Spurs, pick a name out of the hat, they're fine. Arsenal, defender or one of the midfielders. Liverpool, again, it's just Salah.
Well, the Liverpool, can you see there being any, like, can you see a triple up being a viable thing going into the second half of the season?
Well, me and you already had it if it wasn't for this injury with Tsimikas.
Yeah, okay. But okay, so the Tsimikas injury has, changed it. But can you see, like, what I'm getting at is, do you think that there could be an emergent attacking threat from Liverpool alongside Salah and Trent?
No.
Or is it just going to be...
I think it's just Salah and Trent, and if Tsimikas is fit, you have him in because he's so cheap and he's very attacking. But other than that, you're only looking at really... And even Salah's bordering on, like, as much as a world-class player he is, he's not... I mean, it was a very fortuitous return against Crystal Palace. The 13 points are very fortuitous. 0-0 against Man United. I don't care what performance Man United put up. 0-0 is just not good enough.
What do you mean? A performance... Man United in the same sentence. What?
Well, they defended very well. Let's get real here. They did a job. They did what they needed to do.
Oh,
but that's what Man United
against Liverpool. Yeah.
Against Liverpool. Yeah, but
there's
a lot of teams like this that seem to be playing this, what I call the 5-5-0 formation, where it's just we're just going to absorb as much pressure as we can, and then we're going to try and hit whoever on the break with 2 or 3 players, and it's just not working, especially for Man United.
Well, no, because we don't have... I think I saw a stat that... I don't know where I saw it. Someone in the chat may have seen, but I think that in the last 6 Premier League games, Garnacho and Antony have found a pass to Højlund 6 times. 1 pass a game on average. One pass a game from your wingers to your centre forward.
Completely damning. When I was listening to Talk Sport, and I do think about this, and I think, Jesus Christ, you spend 72 million on Højlund, who is an unproven player. Yeah, well done. He did well in whatever league he come from. But
the guys. I'll let you finish. Sorry.
Yeah, he's got talent, brilliant. But then you've got Harry Kane, who if you spend an additional 30-40 million on,
he would have been banging in goals for fun.
He'd have. It was Stuart Pearce, that's right. And I'm thinking, he's right.
I think I genuinely do not think there's another professional grade football club in the United Kingdom that has worse business sense than Manchester United over the last 10 years.
A quick question.
I genuinely mean it. I think not only do we pay over the odds for players because, oh, look, that's I see teams see us coming a mile off. Oh, that's Man United. Okay, our 40 million player, we can get 60 million for him from Man United. Anyone else, you'd be haggled down. You might get 30 million for your 40 million price player. But United would be happy to play 60 million. United would be happy to play 70 million. You know, for a 35, 40 million player, you know, and it's just like it's embarrassing how we were unable to offload players in order to generate revenue to actually go out and on the market and buy in players. But even if we did, I still don't have confidence that we would buy sensibly, you know, and pay sensibly. So you know, the attraction of Manchester United, unfortunately, and a lot of fans will have to agree whether they like it or they won't, is that the attraction of Man United is waning every single season. Every single season, the attraction of Man United is waning because, you know, of what has been seen on the pitch, what's been seen, you know, surrounding the club, the news, Yeah, enough of the Man United talk, because I know that a lot of people going, oh God, Man United, here we go, depressing. It's Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve. We're going to have an enjoyable stream, Steve-O. Don't want to get me down in the dumps for Christmas Eve. I've got to go back in there, the house with a smile on my face, mate.
Whenever I look at whoscored.com and I just look at basic things in front of my face.
Yeah.
And with Man United, you either score 1 goal or 3. So,
well, I can't buy a goal at the moment, mate.
1-0 against Nottingham Forest.
We didn't deserve to win. We did not deserve to win that game against Wolves at all. At all.
Against Brighton, 1 goal in a 3-1 loss. You lose 4-3 to Bayern Munich. You beat us 1-0. You beat Crystal Palace 3-0. You then, here's an anomaly. You scored 2 goals against Galatasaray in a 3-2 loss. Another anomaly here with Man United beating Brentford, Sheffield United 2-1, a 1-0 win against FC Copenhagen, and then nothing against Man City, nothing against Newcastle, 1-0 against Fulham, 3 goals against Copenhagen in a 4-3 loss, 1-0 against Luton. You beat Everton 3.
But since Chelsea, we've not scored.
3-3. Yeah, and then since then, since the Galatasaray 3-3, you've scored 2 goals in 7 games. I've been watching Manchester United that I can remember since 1993. That I can remember, and I've never seen such a gutless, disinterested group of players that are not. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to the shirt. It's a disgrace, and I'm not saying that because I think that Man United have to be somewhere better because they're Man United and they're a big team. I don't care if you're a United fan or you're a Torquay United fan or you're Solihull Moors or you're a Halifax Town. You got players out there putting this shirt on for your club. I'm sorry, but you're putting a shift in. You start putting, you put in a shift, and you if you haven't got ability, you make up for the ability with putting in good challenges and putting your heart and soul into the game. Unfortunately, got none of that at Man United. It is disgusting. But anyway, can we move on from Man United, mate? Because this is just I get angry. I get really angry thinking about it. Like I watch Mark Goldbridge, and I agree with everything he says, and I don't want this to be United stand light, though. This is literally something that's going to happen. There's not going to be any changes because Ratcliffe's bought United. It's going to be a fucking merry-go-round of shit. And until we get rid of a lot of the rot in the club, and I'm not just saying about the board, I'm on about the actual players that are rotten as well in that dressing room and around the dressing room. Nothing's going to change. It's just going to be the same old shit, different day. You can't, and the people go and get rid of Ten Hag, and they're just so narrow-minded. They're so narrow. Oh yeah, he's not exactly done great wonders for himself. He's made some interesting decisions that, of course, are going to be outrightly criticised. We don't see any identity on the pitch, but yeah. Anyway, there's so much shit going wrong with United. When I can join Patreon, I can't see you on it yet. So we are on Patreon. Let me put the link to our Patreon in the chat if you are interested. One moment. While you're doing that, just want to say, along with Andre D and Edgeworth, Milan Milic, Matthew Zaishi, someone called GJ, and Paul E have become elite members as well.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Genuinely. Thank you very much. And again, you'll all be entered into a trophy mini league, so you get to win a trophy. I reiterate this point, the points all restart. You'll be at 0. It's not like you'll be going into it with 1,000 points and you're already top.
So if you're doing really well at the moment, you'll be starting afresh in the Patreon Elite League, okay? So just remember that. And also, do you know where you're getting the trophy from, Steve-O? Have you already worked that out?
I'm sure we can discuss this off air. I'll speak to James from FPL Juice.
Yeah. Steve-O's going to personally deliver it to your house. UK winners only.
Yeah.
Road trip on his way back from a prisoner transport. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Is it too late to join the Super Cup? Gary, unfortunately, is too late to join the Super Cup. However, it's not too late to join the Patreon League. Wink, wink. The Super Cup. We were telling people about the Super Cup for quite some time. I think it was 4 weeks we've been talking about the Super Cup. It's been masterminded by Fire Targets in the Discord. Unfortunately, that draw has already been done, and we had a maximum of 96 people that could take part in the Super Cup. So there's always next year. I'm afraid for that one. GJ is Shagar.
Brilliant.
Shagar, thank you. Man United have been successful twice under Ferguson and Busby. Yes, Ferguson has just happened to stay for 25 years and coincided with the Premier League. Yeah, I mean, every team has its day, I believe. And certainly I would like to see United back up there and certainly competing. But without going around in circles, I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel anytime soon. Merry Christmas, Clickers. Oh, and thank you to everyone that's given us the Christmas messages, by the way. I want to say Merry Christmas to Clickers. Merry Christmas, Harry, Dawson, Ramanathan's here, Stewie, Brian, Brian again, Gary Dove's in the chat. Steve-O and Alf is trying to steal your microphone. He's being really still because it's still daytime. At night time, that's when he comes to life. Merry Christmas, Harbour Boy. We've got United got the worst attack in the league. United have got the most predictable attack in the league. Absolutely. Check for a chance on a possible back issue. Didn't look serious though, says Natasha in the chat. I will do. Lewis Allen, hello to you. What's it about a PS5? I live in Plymouth, Steve-O. Good luck, says Edgeworth. Well, you've been to Plymouth. I've been to Plymouth loads of times.
I'm telling you this for free. It'd be quicker to go Plymouth than it will be to get across the other side of London. So I'll be more than happy to.
I liked Plymouth. I liked Smeaton Tower in Plymouth. I remember the firework displays. I used to always go every year to the firework championships in Plymouth on the Sound. Is it called the Plymouth Sound? I believe it is, where you sit next to Smeaton's Tower and the barracks is just behind, isn't it? And Plymouth is it's good. It's got some shithole parts of it, but other than the actual city's not bad. Merry Christmas, Lewis, again to you. FPL MK, Merry Christmas to you. Extend Marshall's contract. Oh God, are you trolling me? Kevin, Merry Christmas. Right, important to be on Discord. Yes, it is absolutely important to be on Discord. The prize will be a Steve-O real life rant. Absolutely. Go. Yeah, when he delivers it to your house, he's going to rant about how much it cost. Jason, I hope Santa brings the Man United win for Christmas. Oh, mate, it's a Manchester United win for Christmas. Yeah. Do you know what? I don't want to sound entitled. I don't care if Man United do lose games in the sense of, let me phrase it really. I want to phrase it so you can understand. I don't feel like entitled that United have to win or need to win games. If we're going to lose games, I just want us to put in a performance. That's all. That's all I ask for. Just to put in a performance. Losing 2-0 to West Ham, who played absolutely shocking, by the way. They were awful. Really, really bad. I wouldn't mind as much as if we were like, I wouldn't mind it if West Ham played us off the park more and it was a bit more of a game. It's such a boring game to watch. It really was. But if we lost games because we were so attacking and we were, being countered, then I wouldn't mind. It's when we're playing low blocks and we're getting broken down and it's like making mistakes at the back and we're not tracking midfielders that are running in the back. Anyway, we're talking about Man United again. We need to move away from it. How are the members chat going to work now? Says, how's the members chat? What do you mean the members chat? That's going to be a link to the Patreon. It's all going to be linked to Patreon. But if you're on about the YouTube members chat, the YouTube, if you are a 99p badge holder, you'll still have access to the YouTube chat the member chat in Discord. That'll still be linked. But it just means that if Patrons will also have that. If I join on Patreon, do I need to cancel the YouTube one? Gary Halliwell, if you want to keep your badge, currently we've got a member level on YouTube in review with YouTube now. It's a 24-hour review. They're gonna once they approve it, there'll be a 99p tier. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to downgrade to 99p if you want to keep your YouTube badge. Okay, this is for only people that want to keep their YouTube badge. Downgrade to 99p, and then you can switch over to Patreon if you want to do that. I think Steve-O visited David Mundy in Plymouth. Did you do that?
I think you've taken that literally there, Jace. There's more chance of me meeting Andy in Ireland than there is bloody meeting David Mundy.
Okay. Okay, just turned Christmas Day here in Thailand. Oh, Steve. Wow, Merry Christmas to you. And I hope that Santa Claus brings you all of the presents you want in life. I'm going to be wrapping presents in a moment. You guys are average. Could go down a couple of years. You guys are average. Could go down in a couple of years. Oh yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's again without talking about Man United, because I could be here all night talking about Man United, and people 90% of the chat don't want to hear it. I don't think it will go down in a couple of years. I think the clubs above, I think there are clubs much worse than United over a course of a season to prevent that. But I think we'll be struggling to breach top half of the table the way we're going. I just love a green arrow for Christmas, says Max Roberts. Yes, I've got a green arrow, Steve-O, up to 700,000 apparently. Oh no, that's not updated. Never mind. Probably a bit lower now because Cunha decided that he was going to get himself booked, and Palmer, yeah, you must be happy with Sterling at least getting you that assist. 4 points.
Well, not really. 4 points. Fuck all.
Oh come on, you can't ask. You got something from him.
No, when you watch the game, he could have legitimately could have got a double-digit haul, but he just such a useless. I'll
tell you who is useless for Chelsea: Nicholas Jackson, one of the worst strikers I've seen, other than Nunez this season in terms of wasteful. So wasteful in front of goal. I don't know what's going on. It's like he gets the ball tangled up in his legs when he tries to take a touch. There was one moment, did you see it, where Sterling put it on a plate for him at the back post, and he could have literally just half volleyed it into the goal, but he tried to take a touch at the back post and he fumbled it and just lost possession. It's, oh my God, it's just, these are professional football players, Steve-O. Professional football players.
I just want to quickly say that Andrew Ferguson, Paulie, Shagar, Matthew Zaishi, Milan Milic, Edgeworth, I've sent you the code for the Elite Patreon League. So it'd be
how are you sending them the code? Via Patreon?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. There we go. So the code to the moon, and you're going to regenerate them. You're going to regenerate every time. Yeah. You're smart.
I was going to say, if you get the message now, within the next half an hour, I will probably be regenerating that code. So I would highly recommend, if you're watching live now, which is assuming you are because you've just signed up, that code will be regenerated.
Sweet. What era of the bill, Steve-O? Burnside or Uncarver? Question mark.
Where's that?
Brian Morrissey.
Yeah. What era of the bill? Burnside and Carver.
Carver, surely.
I don't even understand the question, Brian. If you're asking what era am I at the moment, 1993. 1993, and it's crap because all it is just, well, no, some episodes are good, but majority of it is just about Operation Bumblebee, which is just about burglaries, and it's just every episode is about burglaries. It's just really boring, so I just skip episodes.
Sounds like the real life police force.
Yeah.
Right. So anything about this game week that has come as a surprise? I mean, Liverpool, Arsenal 1-1 was pretty much like, we could have seen that come in. Spurs beating Everton, we all knew that was going to be on the cards. Bournemouth, you were thinking Nottingham Forest were going to beat Bournemouth, but Bournemouth did the job on them in the end. Again, the red card.
Have you seen the yellow card that he got? Oh, and actually, did you see the yellow card Sterling got? Did you see it? Like, what on earth? Like, yeah, not a penalty, but to be given a yellow card for being barged over. Like, I was thinking,
was it the theatrics though? Because the problem with Sterling is that Sterling has got a reputation of going down like he'd been shot.
No. He generally, even the commentator was like, "What's he supposed to do?" Like the player,
but did he get booked for simulation or did he get? I didn't know if he got
simulation.
Booked
yeah, even though there's nothing he could do. So unless the referee's gone, well, I should have booked him earlier on. Now I'm just going to give it him. Very.
To be honest, I thought the referee got the cards out quite a lot in that game.
10.
Because I saw the card for Cunha for that. He actually got a card for dissent, believe it or not, and I didn't notice any dissent from him. So he must have just muttered something under his breath or something to the referee. But when a player's going to learn that you can't kick the ball away, you can't do this with your hand and go, give me a yellow card. You can't swear at the referee, say that wasn't ever a fucking free kick, you twat, and you're going to get yourself booked. Like, when are they going to learn? And it's going to cost us FPL points. It's going to cost us bonus points. I mean, come on. When are they going to learn? I mean, it's not like they're, 200k salaries. It's not like they have a massive dent in it every time they get a yellow card, to be fair. Wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the fines are paid for by the club anyway, but
well, just to let you know, because of that Wolves result, I've moved up to second, 2 points behind Firetog in the Super Brew.
Oh, nice one. But other than, the West Ham beating Man United 2-0, did you expect that? What did you predict in that one?
2-1.
Yeah, 2-1.
The shot, I'll tell you.
Aston Villa, Sheffield United.
No, I don't think that's a shot. The shot result is Burnley winning 2-0. That's the shock result away at Fulham, 2-0.
Yeah.
There's no other real major shocks there.
I mean, I must admit, I was shocked at Aston Villa with their form and their performance at home this season.
Really?
I was shocked that they dropped points. I mean, it was
dropping points.
It was a late. And it was not looking that way, Steve-O. It was a late equaliser for Villa, wasn't it?
Well, they're gonna be beating you.
Oh no! I think I'm at the point now. I think most teams will be beating Man United like this season. I'm at that point. Right. So So I got 49 points. I'm happy with my team. Apart from obviously the issue with Simicast, which I've dealt with. I've transferred him to Porro. Palmer could just get benched, and I could play Garnacho, or I could do a -4 and bring in maybe a Bowen, maybe a Richarlison. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do there. I'm going to have a little think about it. In fact, I'm going to see what price rise going to be. I'll just make a decision on that. Such a basic FPL bitch. Right. Let's talk about you, Steve-O. What were you doing with your team? Let's bring your lovely, beautiful team up. You did a -8 this week, so you're going to be getting a was it 33?
32.
No, 33 points. 33 points after bonus points. You got flags in your team. What are you going to do with Simicast?
Well, I'm just gonna. I said last night I'm leaving. I'm literally just leaving the team.
Yeah,
just leaving it. I'm not.
Are you really going to leave it though? Because Lascelles is flagged as well.
I'm not touching it.
Sterling?
Like I said, I just can't be bothered to overthink any of this. It's just left as it is.
Okay.
He's menu coming in.
You heard that, chat. He's leaving his team. If you honestly believe that, come the deadline.
Well, the only move I could do is Richarlison in for Sterling. That's the only move that I would consider doing. Their fixtures upcoming. Bournemouth, Brighton away, decent fixture. Bournemouth at home, good fixture. Man United away, good fixture. Brentford at home, horrible. Everton away, horrible. And then it's just all repeat fixtures. So I think potentially Richarlison in for. Do you know what? Actually, I may just do it now.
You're not going to get Richarlison in.
I don't see a problem with it, but we need to work out what the injury status is, don't we?
Yeah, let's just wait and see, mate.
That's the problem with it all.
Right.
I'm sure someone in the chat knows.
Right. Let's quickly cover the mini leagues because I think it's important we cover the mini leagues. Rivals League. Let's start with the Rivals League. Rivals League's got Danny Boy, Danny Trebarek at the top. Scousers United. 48 points this week. He has Sterling as well as you. Captained the right man. He captained Salah instead of Watkins. Brilliant. But the rest of his team, very, very much meh. Dubravka getting him 3 points there. Porro 2, Saliba 2, Cole 2, Kulusevski 1. He had Hwang. He was very, very unlucky tonight not get any points off what he had a very good chance. We blazed over the bar. 2 points from him. He had Archer in his team, Steve. Yeah. He had Archer and Watkins. He benched Dallo, right choice. Shah on the bench. He had Areola with 8 points. Areola on the bench, like a lot of people, to be fair. So that's Danny Trubarek, and that's in the right. Let me just. I hate the fact I have to keep doing this. I have to keep going back through the thing. You know the pain, Steve-O. Cash me outside is Ayush. Ayush is second in the rivals. 47, very much similar points. Again, same story. Backline getting bench. 1s and 2s. Bench, oh my God. Gabriel on the bench, 10 points. Oh, Palmer, 1 point. Saka, 1 point. Gordon, 2 points. Salah, 7, which is fine. Solanke got the Solanke points. In fact, Solanke saved a lot of people, to be fair, from a really embarrassing game week score, because there's been lots of 1s and 2s and 3s this week from very popular players. 10 points from Gabriel, though, on the bench. 8 points from Areola. 8 points from Archer. I mean, to be fair, you were not to know that. You were not to know that. And you played the better players. So it's, at the end of the day, don't trust Newcastle. I think that's what we need to take away from that. Steve-O doesn't. And then we've got third place in the Rivals Leagues. We've got Ramanathan is actually third place with 53 points. Notable mention, Captain Salah, well done to him, and owned Solanke. That's where the bulk of his points came from. He owned Bowen, got 8 points from Bowen, which is nice to see a slightly different team set up here. No massive points there on the bench or anything that he's missed out on. So all in all, he'll be happy with that this week. And then we've got fourth place. We've got a new member of fourth place. We've got Santu Sinisalo, which is AC Vihudu. I do not know who this person is.
He is apparently he's a regular Discord user.
He's a regular Discord user. There we go. Vihu Hadus. I hope I haven't butchered your name. I think that's a Greek flag. Is that a Greek flag?
Sniper King, I think that is.
Is that a Greek flag or is that Finland? Is it Finland? It's Finland, isn't it? Finland, not Greek. I don't know my flags that well. Chat, help me out. Is that a Finland flag? Finnish, I believe you call it. Leno, Saliba, Lascelles, Trippier, Garnacho, Gordon, Palmer. Oh my God, look at this, Steve-O. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. Oh, it's only the fact that he had Solanke and Salah in his team that he actually got points this week. Yeah. Had Charlie Taylor on the bench too. But wow, it's 1s and 2s and yeah, crazy. We'll move on to the other leagues. It is the Finland flag. It's the Finnish flag. Brilliant. Mod League. Paulie's at the top of that because he's rejoined it because he quit and came back again. He quit and he came back again. He quit again. He does bad. He quits. He does good. He comes back. It's like a fart. Just doesn't want to go away. But well done to you, Paulie, and Gary, the rightful number one, Gary Harbour Boy, Gary Horwood there getting 40 points again. It's the same story. 1s and 2s and 4s and points from. In fact, he actually got points from Salah, Sterling, Douglas Luiz, Watkins. Well, he didn't get points from Watkins. He's got a bench of bloody 10 from Gabriel again. But yeah, it's sorry, Paulie. Harbour Boy, it's top. It's not updated. Oh, yeah, really? It's not updated yet. Brilliant. So anyone else? Blonde's dropped. Dan's doing well, isn't he, this season, eh? What's he did?
I'm not bitter about any of these people.
Not this week. Not this week. He got 38 points this week, Steve-O. Dan is he's had a shocker. He's had a Dubravka 1. 3 from Dubravka, sorry. Simicast 1, Cole 2, Concert 2, Danburn 2, Son 7, Saka 1, Palmer 1. I mean, he had Bowen, Salah, Son. That's the real only shining light in his team there. Captain Watkins, 38 points. That's shocking. Absolutely shocking, Dan. In fact, Dan is dropping. He's dropping.
Like
I'm only 23 points behind you now, Dan, so you better watch your back, mate. All right? Watch your back, son. All right? Watch your back. Right, let's move on to the...
you can say whatever you like to him because he ain't going to be listening because I know he's very, very busy. So if you really want to say what you feel, Jason...
Fuck off! Elite FPL Members League. Right, number one, Tifa Tillmans. Tyler Masawi has been top for God knows how long. He got himself, oh my God, 57 points. Freak of nature, Tyler Masawi.
For me, it's the Morgan's Gibbs White that just does my head in. It's just such a random pick.
Like, yeah, we had Gabriel points. He had his Gabriel points. Solanke, Son, Salah. Yeah, Gibbs White. I mean, he's even got Archer on the bench, Devo. Should have played him over Watkins. You should have known these things, you know. But yes, we're on the Community Members League. There we go. We got the Hold My Beer by Harry Dawson in second place, won 10.99 points. He got 57 points as well. Points from Douglas Luiz. It is a big. Yeah, Tifa Tillmans is kicking ass. Tyler Masawi, Solanke, Douglas Luiz, Salah, Son. Again, it's the same. It's the same players.
Oh, look, yeah, but you haven't read out one of your favourite players. No names. Douglas Luiz comes through again.
He's been playing well, actually. I've been watching Aston Villa recently, and I do actually starting to come around on Douglas Luiz a little bit. I gave him a bit of stick, but yeah, he's actually looking like I think he's actually looking like a bit of actual football player. 360 Pope Matty T's dropped down to third, 47 to 50 points there. Again, He-Chan didn't come through for him. He's got all the popular picks in his team. Got Emi Martinez in the goal. He must have felt a bit aggrieved in that one because, you know, for me, Villa should have got a clean sheet in that game. For me.
Don't get me wrong. They should have been. If it ended 0-0, it ends 0-0. But they definitely shouldn't have conceded. Yeah,
Brendan Lee Albert Saunders, Trophy Dodgers in fourth place. Nice to see Brendan Saunders there in fourth place. Dubravka, there's no one, anyone interested in there? No, he played LaSalle's, got himself 1 point. He benched Gabriel, nice one there, dude. Nice one, Brendan. Made the right decision there, dude. And then we go down to the YouTube Chat League. YouTube Chat League, Harry Dawson covered him. Ben Walker, a name that I always read out. Ben Walker, as is toast, is dropped down to second. We got Ramanathan up to third. Brendan down to fourth. Madeline Tudor, another name I like to read out, up to fifth place. So well done to you guys. We got Harry's flying up as well. Harry, 51 points this week. Sucks to be a Chelsea fan though, doesn't it? Eh? That's one rung down the ladder from a Man United fan at the moment. What are the chat saying?
That's a question for you. Who's in a worse state, you or Chelsea? I'd argue almost Chelsea.
Who's in a worse state, us or Chelsea? Well, we haven't spent anywhere near as much in recent times as Chelsea, but I honestly think we are. Because it's not just what's going on the pitch, it's also what's going on off the pitch, and it's the infrastructure behind the club. It's the training ground. It's the actual stadiums falling apart. It's literally from the top down, the rot is sunk in. Like it's almost at the point where you've got a flat and there's mold in that flat, and for so many years the tenants have been saying there's mold in the wall, there's mold in the kitchen, there's mold in the front room. And the landlord's just been like, "No, it's all right. We'll just paint over it. We're going to paint over the mold. It's going to look okay for a little while. But it's, you know, we'll deal with it when it comes back. And then every single season that mold comes back. But you know what? That mold comes back, but it grows. And that mold's now sunk into the floorboards. It's into the ceiling, into the rafters of the house. You're gonna have to tear everything apart to get rid of it. Anyway, Chelsea actually have a fictional forward line. I mean, I think Nkunku could be interesting. I think they need Nkunku to become a goal-scoring like powerhouse, essentially, for the second half of the season. United are a mess. Yes, they are. Jojo, you are right. Where is Matty this afternoon? He's unavailable. I read it out earlier on. Yeah, I hope he's not spending his 50,000 Sky winnings, says Men in Black. Listen to Steve-O's advice on the premium defenders and played Saliba and Gabriel versus Liverpool. Plus, I'm a Liverpool fan. There you go.
Tell others, not me.
Yeah, let them know.
Just want to quickly say Gary Halliwell, Lewis Allen and PM, along with blood type Arsenal, who's Ben J. Murphy. Just want to say thank you for joining on different tiers. But thank you very much for your support on Patreon. Thank you.
Jason's turned into a building expert. Rafters. Yeah, it's gone through the AVCL layers, the membrane layers, the air vapor control layers, and into the actual brickwork. We're actually at a point now where we need to knock down the house to get rid of the mold. That's the point where United are at right now. Is this your code for the league? FC3BLE. I believe that was for the Community League. The Community League code, I can tell you what it is now, because this is the code. For the Community League, that's the code. The FC3BLE is that's last season's code. I will always remember that code. Isn't any mold in the third story trophy room, Jace? Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. That's because that room is made of titanium. That shit's staying around forever. Nothing can remove that room. Cry a lot, Junior. JR, my newest landlord. I don't understand that, Buffy. I'm afraid you're going to have to translate that. Okay. How's the points difference between us, lads? Steve-O, what's the points difference?
30 points, I believe.
At the moment, we are 31 points. I'm 31 points above you, Steve-O.
Mm-hmm.
31 points. I'm one good game week away from you, Stevie boy. And do you know what? I brought in another one of your players, mate. I've won Porro. And you're going to be bringing in Richarlison, I'd imagine.
Again, I reiterate.
I'm not going to give away my transfer strategy until the deadline, actually. Thank you. Right, okay. Okay, Mr. Fucking Important.
Well, to be completely frank, the legitimately my transfer was going to be nothing. I wasn't going to do anything. I'm still not going to do anything. I'm not. I don't want to.
Okay, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's all about game week 20 to see if Haaland's back.
That old code is still in our description. You know what? You're right. It is, and the amount of people that have probably tried that code and joined a random league that's nothing to do with Elite FPL, it's quite hilarious. We need to change that. It's in the settings somewhere to change that code. I'll do it later. I'll try to remind me to do that later. You can't accept that people can predict that United are bad. Yeah, I think everyone predicts that they're bad. Thank you, PM. We've got PM's just become a Patreon member. Happy Christmas to you, my friend, and season's greetings to everybody. Happy holidays. If you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays to you regardless. You literally almost did a Richarlison live on stream 40 minutes ago, Steve-O. Says Brian in the chat.
The key is that I didn't do it.
the key is, chat, that Steve-O's got one of the best poker faces in FPL.
My team is literally going to be Leno, Pedro Porro, Cabore, Trent, captain, Salah, Semenyo, Gordon, Saka, Son, Watkins, and Jesus. Done.
Okay. Well, aren't you? After doing all these hits, Steve-O, you've backfired on one of them. You decided
well, no, because I'm just sticking to my.
Your plan.
My supposed plan.
Your
like
plan,
I
say, your spreadsheet. Sticking to your spreadsheet. Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Nice one. Jace, you're 5 points behind me, says Pod. Oh, my God. I know I'm doing shit when I'm 5 points behind Podner. Fucking hell.
So that means I'm Podner. 36 points behind Podner.
Oh, yeah. Well, you might as well just give up now, Steve. Delete team. Start again next season. Is that new Elite FPL t-shirt or is it the old green one? No, this one's a white one I made. This is 4 years old. This is 4.5 years old. Steve-O with his Elite FPL shirt, he actually outgrew it. So Steve-O had an Elite FPL shirt. He ripped the shoulders off of the shirt and made it into a vest, and then went down the gym for 6 months straight and literally burst out of it like the Hulk. Either that or we put it in the hot wash and it shrunk. One or the other.
A mixture of two, but it's actually
Did you really? I grew. He grew too much.
No, genuinely, because I'm on my
the Atkins
bulking strength phase. I'm actually getting through my clothing too quickly. It's ridiculous. The girls will love that at work.
What do you say? Oh yeah, how you doing today? Oh, I'm all right, thank you. Oh, what's new with you? Oh, I'm on my bulking phase and my diet. Okay.
For a second, I thought you were referring to the podcast this morning.
There we go. That's another shirt fucked. Steve-O went to the gym too much. Yeah, he did. Delete team. Some deleted tweet.
Went to the gym. What do you mean went? I go.
How many days a week do you go to the gym, and what times in the day do you generally go? Because I imagine
2 or 3 times a week. And
can I ask? 2 or 3 times a week. Is that it?
Yeah, because I'm just doing strength training. I don't need to go. I just need to eat.
Do you do legs?
Well, I can't because I'm a foot. Genuinely.
So you got weedy little legs.
My legs are strong, but they're not big.
You got a little massive fucking frame and then little tiny fucking
sparrow
legs.
My legs, my arms are bigger than my legs. It's ridiculous.
Fucking hell. No, do you ever go in the gym and look around and see the influencers that have got their mobile phones?
Just listen to the Real Talk podcast.
And they stick their phone up on the... They completely fucking disregard everyone else in the whole place. They use a bench press as their phone holder, and then they go across the other way and they do some sit-ups or something, and they're like... And there's a guy, and then a guy goes up to them and goes, "Excuse me, can I use the bench press? You got your phone on there. Don't you look at me when I'm doing my training. Don't you oppress me." Yeah. And then the store, then the gym manager comes and throws him out. Yeah, that's generally how it goes, right? But opposite of Jack Grealish over here, says Edgeworth. I don't know. It's an inside joke. Must be he cuts them off, but we definitely need to imagine him ripping them off like Hulk Hogan. Says Brian Morrissey in the chat. Got to go, Gary. Take care. Merry Christmas, my friend. Merry Christmas. Oh, Blonde's in the chat. Blonde. Merry Christmas to you. Oh, Merry Christmas, Steve-O's Alf. Glad to see you are still alive.
Hello.
Jason, you would know this if you listen to the Total Steve-O podcast. Yeah, well, I
Real Talk podcast, Edgeworth.
I don't. The real talk. I was trying to bulk up a bit until a dodgy appendix operation gave me a second bum cleft under my stomach. Kind of put me off. Need to get on it though. I mean, the thing is, everyone makes excuses, right? Everyone makes excuses. I'm one of the same. I went. The longest I've ever been at the gym is 6 months, and I started off with a lot of enthusiasm. But the thing is, I went on my own and I just got bored, and I found reasons not to go. And in the end, I just got a naturally physique. I got a healthy. You can tell. I don't need. Yeah, of course I. No, I'm just weak. I'm weak-minded. That's my problem. I can't cut the gym. Is there a word for those type of people that in the gym community, the ones that go for a few weeks? You see them. You must see them, Steve. I mean, this time of year is perfect, right? The January, and the New Year's resolutions. There's going to be lots of gym memberships in January, and then you'll see someone for about 4, 5, 6 weeks, and then that'll be it. Like, you'll never see them again. What do you call them? Does it start with a letter C? Newbies. Oh, right. Okay. Casuals. There we go. What about
but half the time with a lot of these people is that they have an idea in their head of what they want, but they don't have the commitment to put in the hard work. It's not even hard work, to be honest with you. I think I know people overcomplicate training, but really it comes down to diet. It's as simple as it gets. It legitimately comes down to diet, and you can achieve anything if you do the correct process.
Can I eat lots of pizza?
Well, in theory,
I'm addicted right now. My favorite food right now is the Chicago Town pepperoni stuffed crust feast, whatever it's called. That pepperoni Chicago Town one with you £3.50 in Aldi. Stick it in the oven. Stick it in the oven for 20 minutes. Oh, it's nice. I prefer that over Domino's. I do. I'm addicted to them at the moment.
I'm not a fan of pizza.
And you know what? I eat the whole fucking one of them as well. They're massive pizzas. I eat the whole thing. Family can go without. I'm joking. Luke, we got. There's a term for it, as JR says. When you know you can never get the results you want due to what happened. When you know you can never get the results due to what happened, but so many people have so much more to do. Yeah, I think that's the situation that you're probably in, and Steve-O, you can come in from a personal trainer background. People that have got mitigating circumstances, they can't just turn up to the gym because maybe they've got an injury, maybe they've got health and dietary issues, maybe they just don't know the right techniques. They need a personal trainer, right, to actually look at their situation and formulate a plan, right? They need someone to formulate a plan for them so they can go out and do what they need to do. Because let's be honest, majority of people haven't got a clue. The majority of people, they may be causing more damage than good to their bodies by going to the gym.
I think for unfortunately with the gym industry is that a lot of people are put off because it costs so much money.
Yeah, especially when you add in personal trainers as well. You get the membership plus the personal trainers.
Oh no, I'm literally, the gyms are cheap as anything. I've never, in fact,
are they? There's no gym. How much are gyms now? They're like 50 quid, aren't they, a month?
Damn, they because like you're talking Pure Gym are as cheap as £10 a month.
Where's that though? Where's Pure Gym?
Pure Gym are like there's like 400 locations.
Are they
in
city
London
centres?
alone.
Yeah, but that's city centre locations only, right?
Yeah, because, I mean, obviously with Pure Gym they select like specific
high density area. Yeah. Because I'm telling you now that the Freedom Leisure membership, Freedom Fitness, wherever it was that I was a part of, I think it was best part of £50 a month, mate.
Yeah, but they give you, that sounds like a leisure centre style gym.
Yeah, they were like you get access to swimming, the sports hall, the swimming, everything. And I was only going for the gym, right? And I ain't got no time for. I ain't got no time for that. I don't know if anyone remembers that reference. It was a meme around back in the early 2000s. I'm 6'1", 12 stone, naturally fit. No interest in building muscle or bulking up. I think the thing is, whether we like to admit it or not, just because you look fit and healthy, what's going on inside your body could be completely different. So I think you don't have to go to the gym, but as long as you lead a fit and healthy lifestyle by, i.e. going out for walks, perhaps every day, 30-minute walk every day, is good because it gets the blood circulation going. It gets your movement, your bones and your muscles moving. If you sat like me in a shed for 12 hours, that's deep vein thrombosis territory, my friends. That's like serious damage to your circulation and stuff if you don't get up and move. So yeah, I'm still on £10 a month at Pure Gym. Oh, nice one, PK. That's good. I have a long scar that goes inwards under belly button all the way down. Well, I mean, again, I guess you just have to avoid any areas that you would, like your abdominal area that may be injured or maybe tender to train on. You just have to, again, consult with a professional and do something that's not going to end up causing you more problems. I told you to captain Salah, says Edward. I mean, I was close to. I tossed a pick over it, didn't I? Captain in Salah. I chose the wrong. it could have been all different, couldn't it? It could have all been different. I'd be going to JD gym for years, 52 kilograms now, I'm 65 kilograms. Yeah, but weight, the thing is, people are so obsessed over weight, aren't they? And the truth is, and Steve-O can come in and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're a big guy and you start to go to the gym and you start to train, you are going to put on weight because you are going to gain muscle mass, because you are going to, your muscles are suddenly going, fucking hell, this fat fuck's doing stuff that we haven't done for 30 years. And we're having to build our muscle up. And guess what? Muscle weighs more than fat. So, and even I know that, and I know fuck all about the whole, so the whole myth that you go to the gym for a month and you start to see results on your weight is a complete myth. You need to start, building that muscle, but at the same time, losing that fat takes a lot longer than building muscle. Initially, anyway. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Yes. I'll watch that with my 6-year-old later on. No, I'm joking. We've seen the movie Elf about 4 times. We've seen the movie Grinch about 3 times. And I'm almost wanting. I think Home Alone. The last 30 days, Home Alone's played in our house for about 8 or 9 times. We've got Ray Qureshi in the chat. Hey Ray, how's it going, my friend? Steve-O spoke about it before. Buy gym personal trainers are absolute scam. Steve-O, personal trainers at a gym, are they a scam? Having been one yourself.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't quite catch that.
Andy says, Steve has spoke about it before. Buy gym PTs are an absolute scam.
Andy, come on, mate. You're an expert in this. Speak English, man. Steve spoke about it before about gym PTs.
But maybe it's but, not buy.
I think Steve spoke about it, but gym PT. Oh, I think it's more just my bitterness towards these are the ego idiot trainers that are so-called bodybuilders or whatever, have got a pro card, and essentially they just use that as a tagline to be like, yeah, I can look like this, and I can
these
get you
the people
to look
that
like
should be training someone else to do what they need to do, but actually what they're doing is spending time looking in the mirror at themselves.
Well, more like looking at their phone to make sure that they're getting more clients. It's disgusting. Right, it actually angers me. The amount of I mean, I can only comment from a pure gym point of view, but the amount of pure gym PTs I see that are just concentrating on their phones. I mean, I even saw one today who literally was just getting some guy to do I don't even know what you call it, but it's just basically you get on a Smith machine.
Oh,
no, you get on a Smith machine and you just start pulling yourself towards the bar. And
what, pull-ups?
No. It wasn't pull-ups. It does train the back muscles, but he just did it once and he just went, yeah, let's go over here now. And I just thought, Jesus,
once
Christ.
or one set?
One set. And I'm like, you're paying what? I'm guessing 40 quid for that.
Well, that's going to live long in the memory.
But this is why they got such a high turnover of clients.
Yeah,
a very high turnover. It's very rare that you see the odd person that has the same client over and over, but predominantly it's this very high turnover. It's shocking.
Are we taking a caller on tonight?
It's up to you. We got 15 minutes.
Yeah,
it's completely up to you. We got 15 minutes.
Podner's in the waiting room, so let's just get Podner. So let's see what he has to say about.
Oh no, I'm not even on it. Podner is on Discord. Sorry, he's in the waiting room to come on the show.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, that is an honor. Like one of the Hangout Kings. And I just want to say while we're waiting. Matthew Zaishi, Paulie, Andrew Ferguson, I have sent you the code for the Patreon Trophy League. If you check your messages on Patreon, you will see the code for that. Thank you very much. Okay, Let's bring on Podner then.
Good evening, Podner. How's it going, my friend?
How's it going, guys?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Podner, and have a happy new year to you too, you filthy animal. What brings you on air then? You never come on anymore.
Well, I need some help.
You need some help. Okay. Well,
yeah.
What, FPL or outside of FPL?
FPL. No, I posted my team in the screenshot.
Okay. Right. Are you ready then? Let's bring it up. So, Podner, get your team loaded up. Why is it doing that? There we go. Right. So you've gone with okay. So you need some help with this one.
First of all, I've not set my captain, so disregard the captain, vice captain.
Right.
Well, ironically, Podner, I probably would advise you to captain Watkins, to be completely frank.
Well, since I don't have a Man United player yet, you might be actually right there. But I've got 0.4 million in the bank and one transfer and a wild card.
A wild card still?
Yep.
Taking the
so, mate, if you've got a wild card, then you need to use it.
Oh, okay. So if I use my wild card, who should I bring in?
Okay, well, you're looking at getting rid of your goalkeepers for a start.
Yeah. You'll be getting rid of Muniz.
All right, get rid of the goalkeepers.
Get rid of Douglas Lewis. Get rid of... Just basically, I would literally be looking at the fixtures and be bringing in ultimately the best picks for the next 3 or 4 game weeks minimum. All
right. Would you bring Holland in?
Wait on news. Apparently, he hasn't trained with the squad at all. He's not. I don't think he plays for Everton. I don't think he plays for them at all, or against Everton, whatever. I think that the Haaland.
I think with Charlison, I'd be going in on Spurs. I'd keep Porro. I'd keep Son. I'd get rid of Odegaard first and foremost, because I think Saka and Odegaard is one too many in the Arsenal midfield. I'll go maybe Richarlison, even though I wasn't convinced with him in the Hangouts the other day. Or if you didn't want to go Richarlison, you wanted to go a little bit more riskier and save a bit of money. Well, I say save a bit of money. Actually, it's the same price. Kudus for West Ham is heavily transferred in at the moment. He's been playing very, very well for West Ham.
Is he not leaving for the AFCON?
Yeah, but you've still got 4 weeks for that.
Ages for that. You're going to be. You're going to have your second wild card by then.
It's January 7th, isn't it?
Yeah. So you've got. I thought it was like the 13th. It started. So are they leaving before? Obviously, they're going to be leaving before that, aren't they? So essentially, you've got 2 weeks for the African players. Then I'm guessing.
Okay. So basically, I have Mo Salah for another 3 weeks. Is that what you're telling me?
Let's just quickly see here.
I think Salah and Son are another 2 weeks, and then they're all gone. So
the question I'm going to ask you is: how many players in your team are you unhappy with owning right now? I think that's the start. Let's start that as a basic block for the 2 wildcard or not 2 wildcard. How many players are you unhappy with?
I'm unhappy with 2 players.
Only 2?
Yeah.
What 2 players?
Munez and Wood.
Okay, and you just got the 1 free transfer?
Correct.
Okay, let's forget the wildcard idea then. If you were to take out Munez and Wood, what does it leave you? How much you got in the bank?
0.4. So 4.9 and 0.4 is 5.3.
I mean, there's really not much money there to play with, is there, to be honest? So what you could do is, if you did wildcard, which you are going to lose that wildcard if you don't use it, right? So if you wildcarded, what you could do is you could balance your money in your strike force a bit better than what it is at the moment.
So the wildcard has to be played by 11 a.m. on December 30th.
So Gameweek 2020.
Deadline, correct.
So you got 2 weeks.
So I was thinking probably not playing the wild card tonight.
He hasn't got 2 weeks. December the 30th. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, 2 game weeks, I should say.
6 days.
Yeah, so 2 games. 2 game weeks, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's looking at setting up from game week 21 through.
He doesn't have to play it on the bloody day, though. I'm saying just do it now and set it up. Like,
but if I play it now, I need to get my game week 19 team set up and get rid of some of these players that are going to AFCON. Yeah. But if I wait till, say, on Boxing Day at 12 o'clock when the game comes back up, then I have all from Boxing Day till the deadline.
Yeah, I think looking at this team, it can go into this game week fine, and then use your wild card as soon as the game updates, and then start thinking about setting up your game week.
Well, you're going to be looking at
team
easily looking at a minimum of 2 Aston Villa, so Watkins and a defender.
Yes, yeah, minimum. In fact, you know what I would do? I would personally, because they've got Burnley, I would go Emi Martinez in goal. I would go with Watkins, obviously, and maybe even consider Diaby.
Forget Diaby. You'd be better off going with Bailey.
I like Diaby, though. But yeah, I mean, again, or you can just get a defender in if you wanted to be a bit more conservative. But yeah, triple up on the old Aston Villa, I think it could be on the cards. I think Salah stays in that team purely because there's no reason why you wouldn't have him in there. From an Arsenal point of view, Saka is... this is a question for you and for the chat. Guys, how do we feel about Saka? He's not really been in conversation much. I see not many people talking about him. Points-wise, it's been pretty crap from Saka for a few weeks now. Is he just because of the way the game is? I mean, at 9 million, is he worth it? I mean, or is it just not a better option? There's just no better option, so you just got to keep him. Like, what's your thoughts? Like, because I'm saying if you're going to wild card, you could probably think about things like that. I mean, Steve-O went Jesus, but
yeah. So week in, week out, put it this
way, Richarlison, sorry to cut you off, but Richarlison's doing much better at the moment than Saka for 2.3 million less.
Yeah, but I don't think he has better fixtures.
Well, he's got Brighton away. He's got Bournemouth at home.
Bournemouth can see goals. Man United can see.
Man United's,
well.
Man United are just shit.
That's well, we know what that's going to be: either conceding 3 goals or losing 1-0.
Yeah, I think I'm attracted to the old pick of Richarlison, to be honest. But I mean, again, this is great. It's almost a great dilemma to have in the sense that if you were to wild card for game week 20, you've got a decent amount of picks to choose from. Again, it's the whole psychological thing. If I'm wild carding, I need to make X amount of changes to my team to justify using it. But for you don't have to. You don't need to make X amount because you're having to use your wild card regardless because you're going to lose it otherwise. So you could keep 6 or 7 players in that team and just wild card around it.
Okay.
Keep the Saka, keep the Salah, keep Alexander-Arnold, obviously Porro, Son, Watkins, and just wild card out around it. If it was me, maybe just off the top of my head, I'd be thinking Trippier, Odegaard, Muniz, Douglas Luiz, Alisson, Dubravka, Wood, Taylor. I mean, that's 9 players I'd be getting out of this team. That's win a wild card. That's what I would, and they'll just keep the spine of the team there and just bring in around it and make sure that I've got an attacking lineup that's better than Muniz and Watkins. And pave your way to get Haaland back in, and they have a way of getting him in.
Okay. So let me run this by you. All right. Dread, as you know, Dread and I regularly have conversations in the Hangouts, and it's come up more than once about why is it that when we have a transfer, we think that we have to make a transfer, and we don't just burn it. I can't burn a transfer for anything. All right. The only reason I have Muniz is because I had 2 free transfers this past week, and I wanted to get Trippier back in my team, and I said, you know what, I'll take a punt on Muniz since Raul, the karate guy, has been he's out. Okay.
Yeah.
So this past game week, I had 29 points on my bench. I didn't need to make any transfers, and Trippier got 2 or 1, and Muniz got 2. And all I need to do is play the guys that were on my bench. I don't normally have points on my bench. I normally have like 1, 2, 3, or 4 points. Yeah. But this game week, when I thought I had to play my 2 transfers, or 1, I mean, I was anywhere from a -12 to burning a transfer, and I couldn't. So in my head, I'm wondering, do I really have to play a wild card?
No.
Is this team that bad?
Of course, you don't have to play a wild card. There's but again, it's a psychological thing of knowing that you're going to lose it. And people, and I'm one of these people that if I know I'm going to lose something, I want to take advantage of it. And if I can squeeze a bit of value out, and this is the thing, like you don't have to make 15 changes to your team. You can literally just make 6 changes to your team, 5 changes. You might even only do 4 or 5 changes to it. Just to improve around the main bulk of your squad. But I do think that if you're going to lose it anyway, you might as well take advantage and just get rid of players that maybe their fixtures are turning, or maybe they're just not performing, and bring in players that you like the look of. I mean, Steve, you're sitting there very quiet. What's your thoughts on this whole conundrum?
Well, looking at the team here, I think you've already addressed some of the issues, the likes of Taylor, Douglas. There's a lot of money, not necessarily Taylor, but Douglas Luiz, Becker. I mean, if I'm going, I suppose, you've got Becker and Dubravka. They're both 2 cheap players, but getting rid of, I'd be getting, Taylor. I'd keep Chris Wood. It seems that this Nuno, he had the opportunity to potentially take him off, even though I think wasn't he subbed on or he started yesterday. He didn't take him off. And he seems to have maybe put his arm. Another player that's had the manager put their arm around his shoulder and just gone, look, you play for New Zealand, you're their top striker. You used to do really well for Burnley. What the fuck's going on here? I want you in this team. And then yesterday he got a goal and assist, and I think he could have got more as well by all accounts. This Fulham player, I've never even heard of him. You've already mentioned, like with the likes of Salah leaving soon, but you don't really need to you're not going to get rid of him before Burnley, for crying out loud. Odegaard and Saka, I think it is overkill. I do agree with Jason. I do think that if anybody, I would keep Saka just for the safety of rank. But Odegaard is a good rank riser. Poor, nothing wrong. Trent, fine. Trippier, get him gone. Get the Newcastle people gone. Seriously, Podner. Dubravka, for he's 4.2. You've probably made 0.2 on him over the last couple of weeks. But Trippier, get him gone, mate. You don't need him. You want to be looking at the likes of Aston Villa. If I just look at the fixtures here in front of me, I know it's a bit all over the place because we've got the internet, the football break and all that nonsense, but certainly from, say, game week 2022, Arsenal are kind of like falling off a cliff where they've got Nottingham Forest away. It's going to be horrible. Liverpool at home, West Ham, and Burnley. You've got Aston Villa. Again, they're a team with their next, 2, 4, 6 fixtures. I would expect a minimum of 3 clean sheets. Burnley, Sheffield United and Fulham. I'd expect Aston Villa and maybe even Man United. That's 4. But say 3 out of 4 matches, potentially a clean sheet. So I'd be jumping on Aston Villa defensively. Bournemouth, forget it. Don't worry about them. But Brentford's an interesting one. But we're all overlooking Man City here. And that Burnley fixture, they are going to, if they want to, they are going to tear us a new one. And if you don't have Haaland for Burnley at home, if he's fit and ready, then you're mad, basically. And I certainly think that from your personal point of view, you hold off the wild card this week, hit the wild card button in, like you said, at 12 o'clock on Monday or whatever it bloody is. And then it's a case of, right, do I get rid of Salah in that Newcastle fixture? And you know what? I think you do. I think you just take your losses because, they're at home. Oh, I didn't realise that. I thought it was Newcastle away. Okay. When does Salah go then? So it'll be game week 20 he'll be gone.
I think after game week 20.
Yeah. So if you hear that Haaland is back for Man City, for Sheffield United, a definite, 100% definite, I think it's just get rid of Salah and bring in Haaland. Just do it. I think there's more of an upside to Haaland at home to Sheffield United than there is Liverpool at home to Newcastle, even though I'd expect Liverpool to win quite comfortably there. Aston Villa, I definitely would be looking at. Brentford's an interesting one. Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, Tottenham, City, Wolves. But you could probably have one defender, just a cheapie, just to sit on the bench for those decent fixtures, specifically with Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace. Everton, I wouldn't be looking at. Spurs are the interesting one. They're a team which do score goals, all of it being 2 goals. They've got Bournemouth, Man United, Brentford, Everton. I mean, the 2 hardest fixtures are probably Brentford and Everton, to be honest with you. You'd expect them to score. I agree with Jason. West Ham, maybe not Kudos, but Bowen, if he is fit, because obviously apparently he was holding his hamstring yesterday, so may want to keep out on news on that. But certainly with Sheffield United and Bournemouth, 2 good fixtures moving forward. And Newcastle, I would just avoid like the plague. Get them off, get away from them immediately. But Man City are probably the team to be looking at, to be honest with you, Podner. A defensive asset. Certainly Haaland if he's fit. Certainly the 2, admittedly. Because Liverpool, you need Trent Alexander-Arnold in your team as well. That's an absolute definite. You need Trent Alexander-Arnold. Chelsea is another one, an interesting one. If you really, really want one, it would be Palmer. And if you really want a punt, it would be Nkunku, but that would mean that you're playing a 3-4-3 with Nkunku, Watkins, and Haaland, because your front 2. What formation do you prefer playing? 3-4-3 or 3-5-2? What would you?
I rotate between them. I just rotate between them. I was on a 3-5-2 this past week. This coming week, it looks like I'm going to be on a 4-4-2 unless
you're forced into that, though, aren't you? You're being forced into playing I've
been pretty flexible all season. I've not had Haaland. I've not had Haaland 1 game week this entire season, so it's allowed me to be flexible. The reason I have Taylor on the bench is because I play a 3.9 defender is what I paid for him on the bench. It's because I played my bench boost in game week 1, so he's just bench fodder.
Yes, and there's no harm in having him in the team just to be there. That's the thing. It's like Kabore of Luton. He's just there.
Having Haaland all season has allowed me to have flexibility. I've not had this team, but for a week or 2, this Muniz and that's all kind of fresh.
Well, as we've discussed, the strikers in form at the moment are Solanke, Watkins. They're the main 2. And then obviously when Haaland comes back, he'll be pushing it. But we all need to be looking into his fitness issues. Richarlison's classified as a midfielder, even though he plays as a striker. He's classified as a midfielder in the game, but he's also a striker in form. But everybody else,
What about Jesus, which you just brought in, Steve?
No, fuck off. Waste of space. I know I brought him in. It was the biggest. I know it's a mistake, but I'm just holding him, just leaving him, because West Ham at home isn't actually that bad a fixture, and nor is Fulham away. and he's guaranteed to start both games.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope he is. But he's got a 4-day break in between. So I think that Jesus is going to start those 2 games. And then for me, I'm waiting on this Haaland news. And if Haaland is back for that Sheffield United game, Jesus is gone. And it'll be in for Haaland. And so I think Salah will be going as well, whoever it would be. But yeah, I wouldn't be touching Jesus with a barge pole, even though I own the idiot. I didn't realise how defensive he would be, but then again, is that because they're playing Liverpool and they're just trying to soak up the pressure and hit on the counter-attack? But by all accounts, he was barely in the game yesterday. So,
Jason, let me ask Steve-O and Jason. Let me ask you this move. For this game week, Douglas Luiz to Garnacho, bench Watkins, and play a 4-5-1.
No, Aston Villa are beating Man United.
I actually think Garnacho's time is being guaranteed minutes. It may start to be at the end. So, I would hold off on that.
All right.
And you're losing against Aston Villa as well.
But listen, I'm mindful of the time. I need to go back in the house and spend time with the family because it's Christmas Eve. But Podner, that's again, it's been great to talk to you because it's been a while.
Thank you.
But I think you've got plenty of time to think about it. This is the thing, and maybe this is something that we can come back to and have a chat about. If you're not going to make the move, like certainly making a wild card move now, maybe this is something we can have a conversation when we've got a bit more information over the games, over the Boxing Day, etc., etc. Yeah.
All right, guys. I hope you have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Did you not watch the stream yesterday?
I didn't. I don't know why I missed it. I don't know.
Oh dear.
What happened?
Oh dear.
You're not that guy that complained, are you?
I think. Last night, Steve-O would have been literally mistaken for being the Grinch. He was so bloody miserable. Paint him green and stick a Grinch suit on. That'd be great. Podner, you take care, my mate. Have a great Christmas. Speak to you soon. Come back on. Chat with us on. Chat with us with the when it's not Christmas Eve.
And you guys come visit us in the Hangouts. We sure like to have you.
Okay. I do sometimes go in there, but I find it very intimidating. I always get blondes in there, telling everyone what picks to bring in and stuff like that. It's all secret stuff. See, sneaky beaky. I'm not part of the club. I'm not part of the exclusive club. I get that impression now, Jacob. Right, I need to shoot, guys. But in the Podner, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Don't take me seriously. Whatever you do, never take me seriously. Steve-O, just want to thank all the Patreon members that have come across, and just again remind people what the Patreon is.
So we've had Blood Type Arsenal, so that's Ben Murphy. We've had PM, Lewis Allen, Gary Halliwell, Andrew Ferguson, Paulie, Shager, Matthew Zaishi, Milan Milic, Edgeworth, and Andre all signing up as paid members, and Mr. Scruffy misses a lot, and Rishi Patel have signed up. They've just signed up for free. I don't know how that works, but whatever. But what I will say is that for you guys who I've sent a message to, which is as follows, they are Andre D, Edgeworth, Milan Milic, Matthew Zaishi, Shager, Paulie, and Andrew Ferguson. I've sent you the code. That code will be regenerated very, very soon, because I need to then instate other new £4.50 members, because the £4.50, just to let people know, the £4.50 membership will get you into a trophy Patreon league in which quite literally you will win a trophy. I did see, though, a couple of questions that you may be able to address, Jason. You may be able to. If you don't, you don't. Andy asked a very simple question here, something to do with...
by the way, the perk is now... The channel tier is now live. The 99p one is now live. So if you're a higher tier, you can drop down to 99p now. Okay? If you want to switch down to 99p, if you're going to be moving over to Patreon, switch down to 99p. Right, so what were you going to say? What's Andy asked?
Yeah, Andy was asking a very simple question. It was something about... here we are. Is it possible to play Patreon videos on a TV or a Chromecast, Jason? I'm assuming it works the same as...
Yeah, yes. You'll get the link to play it. So you just play the link through the link. It's not... as far as I'm aware, you can do that. I've not done it myself. So maybe I have to go and research that before giving you a definitive answer, but there's a reason why lots of very successful content creators use Patreon. That's because it is integrated with lots of services and ways and means to digest content. So let me hang on. Patreon videos on a TV. Yeah, I think people are doing... Yeah, there we go. The 99p is there, guys. Move over to 99p. Watching Patreon and as a webcaster, use video webcaster. Just tried this; it works perfectly. Yes, you can do that by just a normal video webcaster on a smart TV. How to watch Patreon videos on the Rocket? Yeah, there's plenty of guides. I'm seeing loads of different guides here to do it. So if you just Google it, if you can't, just Google it and you'll find a way of doing it. I hope that answers your questions. Right, right, guys, let's get out of here. It's Christmas Eve. You've got presents to pack, and if you're not doing it now, you're doing something wrong. Take care, and I'll see you when we're seeing them next, Evo. It'll be
well, I'm assuming it will be. Well, I don't know. We'll talk off air about it. We'll let them know.
We'll
stay connected on the social media. Basically, just follow me at Elite FPL Steve on Twitter or Elite
Boxing
FPL.
Day. Should we do a Boxing Day deadline stream?
I'm working.
What time?
Again, we'll discuss this off air.
Right. Take care, guys.